And there we are after great pain.
Great pain.
Yeah.
So much pain.
Yeah.
My balls.
What's up, everybody? It is Friday night.
We're doing some weird stuff lately.
Yeah. Our schedule is all over the goddamn yard lately. But next week we should be back to our normal Saturday night show.
I think so.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Unless something weird happens.
Don't tempt fate like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to run the full gamut of tech problems before we actually got on the air tonight.
Yeah. No visual problems, but all audio.
Yeah, well, internet too. We had to fight with the internet. Then we had to fight with the audio.
Yep.
It's been a trip, but
I'm currently struggling with sobriety.
Yeah.
As you can see, something is winning.
We have just come from the movie theater. We saw Last Voyage of the Demeter tonight.
That is a mouthful of a title that I've been trying to say all day because I've been talking. You're like, oh, what are you doing after work? I'm going to the movies.
What do you see? The Last Voyage of the Demeter?
Yeah, The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Especially the Dracula movie.
If I say it fast, I sound really, really dumb.
We have literally not said a word about it since we left the theater.
No.
First impressions, I really dug this movie, but they fucked the ending.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's my only, real fucking... Well, I have a slightly lesser
It's not my only gripe.
Yeah.
It's my major gripe.
Little bit too much CGI on Dracula.
Way too much.
Yeah, I could have used less CGI on Dracula. The ending could have been improved by 10 more seconds of screen time. We'll get to that. We'll throw a spoiler warning out first. If you don't, well, this is like trying to spoil Rogue One. If you know the story of Dracula, you know, Dracula's not going to die in this movie.
You won't know the specifics of what happens in this movie. You will understand the general plot.
Yeah.
So, spoiler warning. This is a brand new movie. If you haven't seen it,
if you don't want to, don't want to have it spoiled, go take a walk.
Or if you want to
elsewhere.
Hey, whatever. If you want to hear our take on it before you see it, that's cool too.
Yeah, we'll try. We won't give away all. You don't give away the whole farm.
You know we fucking are.
Yeah. I'm trying to
trying
to reel the rubes back in.
No.
But yeah, no, they could have fixed the ending. I kept hoping they were going to do what I hoped they were going to do, because once
kill everyone.
Well, yeah, once Clemens is the only survivor, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna live. God damn it.
Oh, now he's a vampire hunter.
And then they show him in the pub. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. They still have a chance to redeem themselves. I'm like,
yeah,
Dracula could show up. Dracula shows up. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'm becoming the Vince McMahon meme. My eyes are about to start glowing. Dracula shows up. I'm like, okay, thank you. He just needs to kill Clemens. That's all.
It's a fucking bait and switch.
Yeah, and then Clemens walks out, and it's a setup for the sequel. I am gonna fucking end this, evil. No, you're not.
You're not. We know
the story. Yeah, we know the
it.
story. You were not in that story. So
he is really, really not in that story.
So I was really just hoping, as they show him walking through the alley, we're following Dracula, somehow
Dracula to take him,
just pop up behind him and just, that's the end of it.
Would have been perfect.
That would have nailed the fucking ending.
Yeah,
nailed it. Nope.
No.
Let him live.
No, now we get Vengeance sequel.
Yeah, the whole sequel should just be him sitting in a pub, monologuing to himself like that.
And then he dies.
And then you just hear oh my god, did you guys hear about this Dracula guy? He's dead. And what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then credits.
Yeah.
Art saw it with us too. I don't want to sell him short. He's here as always with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is your moment. I give it to you. The fifth I give you. I said to Emily on the car ride home, my wife, I told her that I wish he had shown up in the bar, but instead of looking for Dracula, he didn't know that the ship actually landed.
Yeah.
And he was still wet from crawling on shore and everything, and he's just oh, I need a drink or whatever. And then he heard the tapping, and then he saw Dracula, and then cut to credits.
Yeah, because then
you just assume he dies.
Yeah, you could have implied, okay, Dracula.
That's cool too.
Or even that. I was thinking that, and then once you it cuts to the black and credits, you just hear like screaming and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you know something's happening at least, like
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really my like major gripe.
Yeah.
Is the ending was dumb. I am in agreement with Art that like even if they kept the timeline that they had,
Yeah.
if you see Clemens and it focuses in on him and then you just hear a bang on the like the
And
knocking
like just
on the
have
door,
him look up like
and then just
scared.
cut.
You know? Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be super good. But I don't need
Even then, because like it could be any number. It could be the kid, because you don't know the kid is fully dead. Like it could be fucking. It could be any number of the people you didn't like. I don't know. Like they either went too long or too short on the ending. Like they could have fixed it by either cutting or going just a few more seconds.
Well, they needed to be more ballsy. Really, they needed just fucking kill everyone. It's not hard.
You had it. They had it.
It was so close.
The last like 5 seconds. It was so close. Like, and don't get me wrong, we're griping hard, but I can speak for myself. I'm griping hard because I really liked this movie.
Yeah.
It did everything else amazingly, and then it just fucked us on the ending.
I have another gripe though.
All right.
I did not like the fact that the design of Dracula would flip-flop to whatever they needed.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like you got this like golem creature. I love it. Looks nasty, sick. Okay. Well, now you need him to be a little more active. So now he's got a little more muscle tone. Well, now we need him to fly. Now he's got wings.
I was like justifying that as like he's been feeding, so he's getting stronger, and like he will develop new things like that. Like he will fly again, like shit like that.
True, but he wouldn't have been unfed for a long time before he started fucking everybody up.
But like as the girl explains it, like you know, the Clemens asked her like, "Why is he leaving?" She's like, "Because there's nobody left to eat, like where in my village anymore." Like
yeah.
So like I honestly like that explains why Dracula.
Which is also not true.
Yeah, that is true, but it also like it would explain why Dracula is in the state that he is in the beginning of the novel, where he's not like this young, handsome, like all-powerful prince. He's an old, brittle old man who has powers, who is very powerful.
Yeah.
But he's not like he's not at his peak, and I think it's probably because he hasn't been feeding as often. He's been like probably. Like he's trying to like he can't kill everybody. He has to leave some people alive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I was rationing it away as that. Like okay, that explains why he's old and kind of like decrepit.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. For me, I thought it was more of an aesthetic choice than anything to do with like reasoning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just where it felt for me. But the design was pretty dope. Kind of had that like was it Barlow from Salem's Lot?
Yes, with like the teeth and like just the kind of just bat like look to him. Like yeah.
I was getting pretty serious vibes from that. But then you also have like a classic kind of Nosferatu look to him, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I like that they didn't go just like a guy dressed like Gary Oldman or something like that. Like I don't need a guy. In that movie, a monster works. I
would have liked to have seen the guy in the bar at the end. Like then he could have been the guy.
Yeah.
Because again, he's on land at that point. Like he's had a chance to like kind of catch his breath.
Yeah.
Probably feed a little more. So then I would see. Then I could understand him being the guy at that point.
They humanized his face a little bit more.
Yeah, he didn't look as like creaturey as because he was wearing clothes. He has like the hat, and
yeah.
So like yeah, he does look a little bit more humanoid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I really did like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna bitch about one more thing.
All right.
And then I'll probably bitch about more stuff later. Did you notice that the burn on the captain's head switched sides?
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
That. Sort of like somebody flipped a negative and didn't realize.
They either didn't realize or they flipped it just for like the aesthetics of the scene purpose. Like they're like, I really want him on that side of the screen. Yeah, dude. It went from his right side and then one scene it's on his left side,
Yeah.
and then it goes back to his right side.
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
I didn't notice
that
that.
irked the shit out of me.
And like this is another scene where they had the balls to do what they needed to do. The fucking scene where they're they're having the funeral for the kid.
Yeah,
And that was brutal, man.
It really
I
was.
did not expect that. I won't go into details on it. We'll save that for you. But yeah,
yeah,
the scene with the funeral for the kid is pretty intense.
yeah. There were some really, I want to say brave, but I mean, yeah, I guess they are like brave choices in the movie, like for what they do, who they do them to,
Yeah.
and the end results. It's kind of badass.
Yeah.
Like,
but then they just at the most crucial one they needed to just be ballsy on.
they couldn't.
They pulled up on the stick at the last moment, man.
Yeah. No, if they put like some finality in that,
Yeah.
it would have brought it up some fucking points for me. Like,
Yeah.
seriously would have.
Yeah.
All the camera work was fucking awesome though.
Yeah.
Everything was
love-
like super tight and claustrophobic. Just
Yeah.
like that's the vibe they're going for. You're stuck on a ship.
It really contributed to the rising tension throughout the movie too, where
Yeah.
it's just slowly ratcheting up, like the eeriness, like the tension between the crew members and everybody. Like,
Yeah.
um,
It didn't have like thing level paranoia, but it
was getting there, like-
It was on its way.
yeah, because they weren't distrustful of each other. They just knew something was fucked up.
Yeah, well, they did. I think what it was is like they didn't trust each other to do the right thing. Like
Yeah.
nobody really knew what to do, but they knew that your idea sucks. You know, like
Yeah. I will say first of all, the music, fucking awesome.
intense.
Yeah.
yeah,
Towards the end, there was one I don't remember how it goes, but it ties in very nicely with the Bram Stoker's Dracula music, which I forgot I was going to throw on while we were
oh yeah.
talking. Like just that, like the intense, like the boom, boom, like yeah,
My favorite moment of the music though was where they used it as a sound effect when what the hell was his name? The one that was stuck in the ropes on the mast.
Oligan or something like that. Like
Ogarin.
Ogarin, yeah.
Yeah.
The Romani guy.
Yeah, when he's stuck up there and they notice the blood dripping, and then they just pan up, and then there's that just violin squeal.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
Some of the acting, man, was awesome too. Fucking David Dastmalchian
Yeah.
was awesome as like the first mate. Like
Yeah.
I thought he was fucking awesome throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, he looked so fucking familiar. and
He
I
is in a
couldn't-
ton of shit. He's like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The biggest movie he's probably in is The Dark Knight. He is the guy that he's in the cop uniform. He's there to assassinate the mayor.
Okay.
Like he's like the Joker henchman. He's got the fucking like scar like the Joker.
He reminded me of the guy that plays Doc Ock.
All right, I could see that. Like a
just like
younger
the-
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, just like the kind of the shape of the face.
Yeah,
The nose was definitely less intense.
yeah. He
but-
was also Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad,
Oh,
which
really?
is actually really fucking awesome. Yeah,
I still haven't watched it.
Ah,
I
I-
probably won't watch it either.
I cannot recommend that movie enough. Like if you're in for like one, in the mood for a good like just action movie, like crazy action movie.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't go wrong. Like James Gunn again. Can't go wrong with James Gunn.
We'll see.
He's gonna fuck up something in DC. We know that. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, like the track record can't go on forever.
No.
But for now, enjoy the spot free spotless record.
I mean,
Um,
he didn't let us down in Slither. So
yeah. Liam Cunningham was awesome too.
fucking A.
Yeah.
He's another dude where you're like, oh, that guy.
Yeah. Just all Clemens was awesome. Everybody was really good in this movie. Who?
I didn't like the girl.
I could see. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
She was just like, she's like super timid, and then all of a sudden a mega badass.
Yeah. She's Ripley all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah, don't do that. Also, that accent was terrible. Like, it was really bad.
I did like that she's like this girl from this village that's been terrorized by Dracula.
I mean, that's rad. Like,
Yeah.
it's an awesome story
That's
element.
perfectly right out of like
He took a fucking some trail mix on the road with him.
Well, I was gonna say it's right out of like a Universal, like original Universal Monsters movie. Like,
Yeah.
there's always like a village near whatever's going on. Like, I like that this starts off in this like port village in fucking Romania. Like,
Yeah, it was cool.
yeah.
Yeah, all the non-boat stuff looked really good, and then all the boat stuff looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like that boat looked legit.
There were a couple of the scenes too, like where Wojciech, fucking David Dasmalchian, is at the end there, where he's up on the mast, and you first see Dracula flying, and he's just like, the other guy's dead already, and he's just there like hanging on. You just see you see him barely like fluttering through the mist every now and again. Like,
Yeah.
whew, I thought that was an awesome scene. Like, I loved that.
Yeah, it was really good. I can kind of suss out some like, oh, these guys watched this vampire thing. They watched that vampire thing.
Yeah.
Like, did you get like serious like Midnight Mass vibes?
Yes.
Okay.
I no joke. Well, the ending, with Anna. That's pretty much almost without the like. I have to convince you that I'm a vampire. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much right out of Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like the look of Dracula is kind of out of that too.
Well, that flying in the fog shit,
Yeah,
like that's
that's true.
right out of the ass end of that show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Huh.
if you're gonna fucking jack something, go high caliber. I guess.
Well, the weird thing I'm thinking about is like it's weird that this is it is a Universal Monsters movie where it's not like it doesn't borrow the Universal Monsters influence. It's doing its own thing with it, I think, like its own like individual thing.
Yeah.
The thing it is borrowing from is modern vampires, though. Like,
Yeah.
that is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I like it though. It's showing its influence from both sides of it.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, we're inspired by this goddamn 100-year-old movie.
Yeah,
well, even not even the movie,
Oh,
but the book, the 150-year-old book,
yeah.
and then that gets brought into the classic Universal's stuff, and then they're like, okay, well, those are awesome, but let's mix that with some new shit.
Yeah, it's acknowledging like the original Universal monster stuff, and it's doing all that stuff incredibly well.
Yeah.
But it's showing like its influences in the later vampire stuff.
Yeah. This is a movie where I'm actually satisfied with the little bit of monster we get.
Yeah, no, it works.
It's
because again, it contributes to that tension like throughout the movie.
right, and we're realistically, I mean, as monster fans, like, yes, we're there for the monster, but in this instance, the story is more important than the monster.
Yeah.
And they worked it out really well. Like, the ratio was really, really good.
Yeah. Oh man, I dug this movie. I really did.
I did too.
Yeah.
But I mean, realistically,
it's not without its flaws.
Realistically, I'm not gonna rate it high. Like,
Really?
I'm gonna rate it decent.
I think we're gonna be far apart on that. I'm gonna
probably
go high
are.
on this. Yeah.
But I don't know. You ready to throw down some numbers on this?
Let's do it.
I'm at a 6 3/4.
All right, so we're not that far off.
No, I'm not gonna go like it's a 3. But yeah.
No, that's
I went in hoping for like an 8, 8.5, though. But
all right,
what are you gonna do?
I will say I was hoping for probably about an 8. I am gonna give it a 7.5, where like it's firing on all cylinders, man. I really enjoyed this movie.
It scratched some itches I didn't know I had.
Yeah, I loved that. This is the other thing I was thinking about throughout the whole movie, where like this is so different than a modern horror movie, where everything in a modern horror movie is set to 10. Like, the look of everything is, bright and fucking neon and like 10, and like the kills are crazy and everything's super gory and bloody and like just everything's in your face. Where this is just playing subtlety. It's playing like that building tension.
Yeah. And then when it needs to ramp up, it has room to go.
Yeah, and it goes fucking hard when it goes too.
Yeah. And then it drops back down.
Yeah, and I saw, we mentioned this on our group text, and I saw multiple reviews comparing it to like Hammer horror, and like I think it does deliver on that. Like
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7.5 for me, just because I think it nails just like the look of everything. It's a fucking beautiful movie, the rising tension, and just the like, because again, I think it plays the same thing with Rogue One. I think is at play in this movie, whereas like, how do you spoil this? Where like you can't, the outcome of this movie.
Except they do fuck with you.
Yeah, they fuck with you by getting you to give a shit about the characters. Like, I as much as I do want Clemens like to live, at the same time, no, I know he has to die for this story to work.
Right.
And that's why like I'm so disappointed that he does live, even though I want him to. It's even like it's perfect parallel to the movie where they're first like explaining, like they're kind of encountering all the weird shit, and Clemens is trying to tell everybody like, look, I forget what he says specifically. Oh, they're trying to blame the girl, and Clemens is like, she was in no state to do any of this.
Right.
He's like, you can ask Wojciech. He's going to agree with me, even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And it's that same situation. Like,
yep.
I have to agree, even though I don't want to. Like,
yeah. I have very strong feelings toward the ending of this movie. Like, he is a very likable character. Like, you enjoy him on screen the entire fucking time he's on screen.
Yeah, like he's not like he's like one of these other guys like who's like a drunk or like a fucking just a general like filthy dude, like scumbag guy, like the guy who would work on a ship in the fucking 1800s.
Yep. But yeah, like for everything to be wrapped up in a neat little package,
he has to die. Yeah.
And that's the thing though, is like, so you're saying like with Rogue One, where it goes after this.
Yeah. There's no way these people are they're succeeding in their task, but they can't succeed in surviving the movie.
Right.
There's never going to be a Rogue One Part 2 because that's A New Hope.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get the macro vision of all of it. At least 99% of the fucking guys have to die. Well, I guess you can make it work with one if he's just like out in the English countryside hunting vampires and never finds him. Yeah. I suppose.
Again, hey, Dracula's dead. What?
What the fuck?
Credits.
Yeah. Van who?
Oh fuck.
That guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's the devil is in the details, I suppose. So the macro story. Well, here's how it got there. Which is why Rogue One works so fucking well. Yeah, exactly what's gonna fucking happen. But
yeah,
this is how happens.
Ooh, pardon me.
I guess so.
One thing I was thinking as we were watching this, I would like to see a supercut of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and like once it gets to the point where they're leaving, like, because I think there's like a montage at that point where we see like Jonathan like recuperating, and like Mina meets up with him, and they're in like that church.
Yeah.
And like you see Dracula like on the ship a little bit, like where he's in the box, like just in the dirt, like.
Right.
Have that intercede with like the story of the Demeter, and just lop off the ending, like find a way, like.
Yeah.
Can you believe that Clemens guy died, and then just cut to and like get back to this movie,
Yeah.
I would like to see a giant like 3.5 like hour movie like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can dig on that. I'm trying to imagine like how much of Last Voyage do you put in it? How much of Bram Stoker's do you put in it?
You like I said, you definitely have to cut off the ending.
Oh yeah.
I think you would have to find like things to intercede with the Demeter part of it. Like you can have a little bit, have the Jonathan and Mina scenes like there, like them traveling back to London.
Yeah, you could definitely like jump cut some shit around.
Yeah.
You know, put some scenes from the Demeter in, you know, like some of this where he's talking about like, I don't know, his history or whatever.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. It could definitely work. It would be a little weird, but I think it would work.
It would, but I mean, like stylistically, they're not that far off. Like they both
really
look
not.
very similar. Like,
Yeah.
the biggest difference is the look in the creature. But like again, in this movie, he changes his look so much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, you can just kind of rationalize that away. Like,
Yeah, I really, really wish they did more practical.
yeah,
You know, like, because
that's another big gripe.
I was aching for like real monster.
Yeah, that
And-
is disappointment that they did use CGI as much as they did.
Yeah, and they did some practical stuff, like all of the you know the makeup for the people that were injured and shit like that. Like, and like you see Dracula's hand
Yeah,
like moving around, like that's practical. But a lot of the blood was CG.
a little bit. Yeah, more on the creature effects would have
Yeah.
gone a long way.
It would have been fucking sweet. So we've given you our ratings.
Yeah,
there is no trivia for this movie. It's brand goddamn new.
It just came out yesterday.
There's nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna jump right to the better known as.
I know you. I know you. I knew you. I knew you. But you ain't you.
We fought to have these goddamn sound effects in this show tonight.
We
We're gonna
did.
use them. Yeah.
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 Trying to walk right past it like I'm not even over here.
Could you actually turn the speaker volume up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crank that motherfucker.
Maybe not crank it.
Yeah, a little bit south of crank.
Crank that soldier boy.
Let's just test to see if that did a good job.
Little more.
Yeah.
Little more.
Well, goose it.
Just give it a little.
All right, that's good.
That should be fun.
We will start off with director Andre Ovredal. He's directed a couple of bangers. I'm going to say it. He is working. Well, he directed the first Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which was a surprisingly fucking good movie.
Would Guillermo just produce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Really, really enjoyed that movie. It was actually like really kind of scary for like a PG-13 movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, PG-13 was really good movie. Really good. I recommend it. So he's directing a sequel. His last movie before this was Mortal. I don't really remember that. Looks like superhero-y or something. Ugh, guy has Viking powers. Good for him.
That doesn't seem like an American release.
Yeah.
Autopsy of Jane Doe, fucking dope.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you had seen that. That is a fucking awesome horror movie.
Yeah.
Another movie that does great with like the increasing the tension and the creepiness.
Yeah.
Like throughout the movie.
Yep.
If you haven't seen the Autopsy of Jane Doe, highly recommend that.
Yeah, that one. That'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Another, I would say, good movie, but kind of not really horror-y, but monster movie for sure. Troll Hunter. I did enjoy that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because I saw the cover and I saw the title and I went, "That's cheesy."
It works, I will say.
Yeah.
It's like about this, like there's like these dudes are making a documentary about like, the folklore about trolls.
Right.
And like they hear this about this guy who's like a troll hunter, and like they don't believe him. They believe it's just all like fucking bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
So like they agree to go out with him like on a patrol, and like while they're out on patrol, like no, this dude like really fucking fights these gigantic fucking like house-sized fucking trolls. He can turn them. They turn to stone under bright light. So like he just fucking like hits them with like a big like fucking flash, and they just poof, like turn to stone.
Classic troll lore.
Yeah. And it was a really good movie, and it's all in like in Swedish, so it's subtitled. But I will recommend that one too.
Yeah.
We will next move on to Corey Hawkins, who played Clemens in this. I think we might have talked about him recently. I don't know if I glossed over him.
Kong Skull Island.
He was in that. He was what's his name? Houston, I think his name. Houston Brooks.
Yeah.
He was also in Straight Outta Compton. He was Dr. Dre in that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other
So
things
we
he's
talked
in.
about him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so we're not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the Tragedy of Macbeth. I will say I did enjoy that. That was the one with Denzel Washington.
I didn't see it. I don't tend to watch like Shakespeare stuff. I don't know if it's just if that is like a retelling of Shakespeare.
Yeah,
or,
it's like a straight up like fucking hard, Shakespeare. Like they're in costumes, they're in,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like a period piece.
Yeah, it's in black and white. Like they changed
Oh, wow.
nothing. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
See, I might check out.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It's my inner English nerd coming out. Like it's Shakespeare. It's fucking, goddamn classic. Aisling Franciosi, I believe is how I pronounce that. She was Anna in this movie. Aside from this, she's got some upcoming stuff. Rothko, I'm assuming that's about the artist. Is Mark Rothko? I don't know. She was recently did a voice in 4 episodes of Legend of Vox Machina. She was in the Black Narcissus miniseries on FX. 3 episodes of that. She was Lyanna Stark in 2 episodes of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Not our only Game of Thrones person in this movie. Let's see. Stupid show all. That's really all of the stuff worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Liam Cunningham, who was the captain in this movie. I forget his name. But whatever. Captain Elliot, that was his name. He has a couple of upcoming projects. He 2 years ago at this point, Jesus, was Man-at-Arms in the newest He-Man and Masters of the Universe reboot.
Yeah.
He, of course, is most well known as Sir Davos Seaworth in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
He has been a voice in Solar Opposites on Hulu. He did a voice on Rick and Morty. 42 episodes of Game of Thrones altogether.
Yeah. That's such a great character.
Yeah, because he was the one guy who wasn't like out to fuck anybody over or like he just wanted to like do a fucking good job with whatever he was doing and fucking earn respect for himself basically.
Yeah. And it all went to shit for him.
Yeah. No good deed goes unpunished, as they say.
Yeah, that's true.
I think before that, there's really not much to mention. He was in an episode of Doctor Who.
Big whoop-de-fucking do. Oh, he was in Merlin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not familiar with gaming and whiskey, but they are twerking their eggplants at us.
That's Alex. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Hi, Alex.
And thanks for, twerking at us.
Twerking eggplants, which is
awesome. Let's see. Anything else worth mentioning? He was in Clash of the Titans in 2010, which, I don't know, wasn't great, but also wasn't horrible. I saw that at the drive-in.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't care for the sequel.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for Greek mythology, so
It's a well done remake because you can't have one be as straight up cheesy as the original one was these days.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
I watched the shit out of that movie when I was a kid.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. He was in The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Empire in 2008. Dragon Emperor, excuse me.
That movie sucked.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That movie sucked ass.
Anything else worth mentioning? We are still scrolling.
I don't think so.
Probably not. I got to give him his due.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
He's in First Night in 1995 with Sean Connery and Richard Gere. There you go.
Yeah.
That was worth mentioning.
It's
yeah.
It's kind of a wet wine mom movie.
yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie, but
it's literally a romance novel on
It's
tape.
a good movie, and like it's very well made.
It's a steamy tale of King Arthur.
Fucking steamy.
Yeah, steamy as fuck, buddy. Up next is David Dastmalchian, who I think was so awesome in this fucking movie.
Yeah, he was great. That's a fucking name he's got, though.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. He's got something upcoming. Girls Will Be Girls 2012.
That's
All right.
odd.
He was just in Oppenheimer in 2023. He's been in an
Was
episode-
everybody in Oppenheimer?
I mean, it's a 3-hour movie. There's opportunity for everybody to be in Oppenheimer. Pretty sure I'm in like at least 2 scenes. He was in an episode of Miracle Workers. He was in The Boogeyman recently also, which was an okay movie. He was pretty good in it, though.
Yeah. Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham.
Have you watched that?
So sick.
Is it?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is like a Lovecraftian Batman story.
It is 100% Lovecraft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they switch the characters around, so like the Penguin is in it. A kind of Mr. Freeze character is in it, but like they're not their normal.
It's set like in the 30s or something, isn't it? Or like
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's so good. Like I really don't want to talk about it too much because you just gotta watch it.
Yeah, all right.
Just let it unfold.
Yeah.
Thor says hi.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Hi, Thor.
He's been in all the Ant-Man movies actually. He was only a voice in the newest one, but he was one of Scott Lang's cronies in the first 2.
Yeah.
A character he's played in the What If cartoon also. He was in Dune 2021, which I am hyped for the sequel for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am too.
That was a really good movie.
It was ridiculously good. Also, pretty fucking long.
Yeah.
But I mean
at that point though, that was like the height of quarantine.
I needed it.
Yeah.
When that came out.
I could do a 3-hour movie at that point.
Yeah. But
I could do a 6-hour movie at that point.
But that's the thing is you can't take the source material of Dune and just chop it into a fucking hour-and-a-half long movie. Like you just can't.
Yeah.
Like you'll do a complete
as David
disservice.
Lynch proved to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mentioned he was in The Suicide Squad, which I cannot give that movie enough good praise because I really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
He was the Calendar Man in Batman: Long Halloween Part 1 and 2.
That
Also
didn't
the Penguin.
translate that well.
No, fucking one of the best Batman stories ever written, and just did not come out well on screen.
It's probably like number 1 for me.
Yeah.
A lot of people go Hush, but Hush is good, but
that's
predictable.
That's like the flashy answer.
Yeah.
Long Halloween is that is a masterpiece of like writing and art. Like,
well, that's the thing. The Long Halloween is a Batman fan's Batman.
Yeah, it's a detective story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that might be up there for me.
I can't think of one I like better than that.
I mean, The Dark Knight is S tier fucking Batman also.
That's probably number 2.
Yeah.
That's definitely number 2.
Yeah. He was in a couple episodes of The Flash. He was in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot 2019. I never saw Bird Box. That was like where another everybody was just watching that at the same time.
Oh, was that
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Nah, I never watched it. Not. It's supposed to be a horror movie, but it's not my horror movie.
It's not mine.
Isn't it getting a sequel?
I believe so. Yeah. Let's see. Ant-Man and the Wasp shows up. He was in Blade Runner 2049.
I want to like that movie. I can't.
I watched a little bit of it the other day. It was on TV.
And there's some cool shit in it, but as a whole,
yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, I get that. He was in 2 episodes of Gotham. He was in the Belko Experiment in 2016. That's a pretty fucking good movie, a good horror movie. Did you see that?
No, that's the Office one where they killing each other, right? Well, maybe I saw that.
It's basically mayhem without the comedy aspect of it. Mayhem is the one with what's his name, Steven Yeun, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I mix those two up a lot.
Yeah, they're very similar movies.
Yeah. Mayhem was fun.
Yeah. He was in the 12 Monkeys TV series. What else? CSI Cyber, Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie. CSI original flavor. He was in the sci-fi version of Almost Human 2014. Ray Donovan.
I still have not seen any Ray Donovan.
I watched the first couple seasons. It was all right. Fucking garbage TV,
just something to be on.
Yeah. Let's see. We were in. Oh, yeah. His second role ever was in The Dark Knight. That was 2008.
That's a hell of a second role.
Yeah, that is a huge second role because he's like a key part of that movie.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Chris Wally. He was that one dude with like the beard and the long hair. Well,
He was the one that played the violin.
yeah. Abrams
Sorry,
was his
fucking
name in this.
yawning so much.
It-
Jesus Christ. I've been
yeah.
up since like 5:30 this morning.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
Let's see. He played Abrams in this. Before that, his most notable role, he was in 1917, in 2019, actually. That was a pretty good movie. Also long as fuck.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do like a war epic and have it be short.
Yeah.
Like it fits to make it long as shit.
John Briones, he played the cook in this. Character kind of a piece of shit. He fucking split out on everybody. Like, I gotta understand he's trying to save his
Piece
own
of
hide.
shit?
Yeah.
You're smart.
Yeah. Not gonna fault him on that, I guess. Let's see.
Coward. I'll give you a coward.
Yeah. He was in, looks like the second season of Star Trek Picard, the one that killed that show for me.
Yeah.
He was also in Ratchet in 2020. I think I got through the first episode of that show, and
I just wasn't interested.
yeah, I can't do Ryan Murphy anymore. I can't.
Just done?
Yeah,
Just
like
done.
I just I gave up on American Horror Story, American Horror Stories. They all suck.
You know when I gave up on that? About
Uh,
halfway through the first season.
It's Wine Mom horror to call back to an earlier.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Let's see. It shows up in Bones, Law and Order L.A.
Hey, Monk.
Yeah. So Sons of Anarchy. He was Asian Elvis in an episode of that. His first.
I bet you I can remember that episode too, because there was one where Bobby goes to an Elvis convention.
Yeah, it's got to be that one.
BT Dubs. Wearing my Elvis karate shirt.
Nice. Moving on, Stefan Kapichik. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, what's his name? Olgarin, that's it. He is most well known as the voice of Colossus in the Deadpool movies.
No shit.
Yeah. He is in the upcoming third one, of course. Aside from that, he's done some video game voice work.
Did you see that first credit?
Oh, Slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
That's a real thing that's coming out.
Yeah, it
And
is a horror movie where a sloth is the killer, like
Yeah.
like a sorority, like girl sloth, I think.
fucking excited. I love sloths.
I did see that. I meant to mention it, and I totally forgot as I went through.
Yeah,
this.
like Krakoon is coming out.
This is my cup of tea right here.
Yeah.
Stupid animals. It's like zombievers.
Yeah. Yep.
Which the episode both Alex and Thor, or just Thor? I don't
Emily
remember.
said talk about a slow burn horror. Slaughterhouse.
But
Oh man.
got it.
Damn it.
Zombievers was Alex and Thor because Alex picked it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
No, that was Velocipaster. It was just Thor.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let's see. Shows up in Love, Death, and Robots, which I hear was cool. I never watched it though.
You know what? The first season was amazing. I could not get into a second season.
Yeah.
And I wanted it so bad. Like, after the first season was done, I couldn't wait for season 2. I couldn't give a fuck after I watched, like, 2 episodes.
I get that. What show? Like Doom Patrol. I was so into the first season of Doom Patrol. Thought it was great.
Yeah.
Got halfway through the first episode of the second season. It was just like, I'm done.
Fuck it.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I don't ever need to come back to this.
Yep. I feel that.
Yeah. Up next, we have Nikolai Nikolaev. I forget his
That's
name.
a fucking name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Petrovsky, that's right. He was in 4 episodes of Stranger Things. He was Ivan, It's the guy that David Harbour is locked up with in the Russian prison.
Yeah.
He also shows up in Love, Death, and Robots. Also does a voice in Call of Duty. That was in 2021, Call of Duty Vanguard.
Sorry, the bride's scene is on the TV.
Oh, thank you for alerting me to that. Yeah. A naked Monica Bellucci is.
This was a scene I very much admired as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason I had this on tape when I was a teenager.
Why is this one part of the tape worn out?
Yeah. Fix the tracking. It's got to be the tracking. Yeah. Anyway. Javier Botet played Dracula in this movie. He seems to be a creature actor in a couple of things. Of recent note, a lot of Spanish stuff. Yeah. See
Christ,
all.
yeah.
Fuck you, IMDb. He was in both of the It movies, part 1 and part 2. Played a hobo. Also played the witch. He plays a lot of female creature characters. I noticed in this.
You know, I don't think I ever watched It Chapter 2.
Those were pretty good. I enjoyed those.
Yeah, I mean, it was part 1 was fine, but I didn't care.
Yeah, I get it. I to this day have never read a Stephen King book.
Really?
Not a single one.
That actually shocks me.
I started reading it and I just put it down and just never picked it up. Not because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just I got lost in the shuffle.
I loved Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
And absolutely fucking adored all the Dark Tower stuff.
All right.
But I mean, if you like horror, sci-fi, western, fantasy books, then that's your thing.
I think I've just murdered my attention span to the point of I just can't read an entire book anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I legitimately have trouble reading books.
Yeah.
These days.
Yeah.
And I will listen to audio drama podcasts at work all fucking day. If you put on an audiobook, I lose it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can listen to podcasts like you said all goddamn day. The second I'm listening to a narrative story, I have to sit there and intently listen, and I can't do that. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
I don't know. I think that's why I like audio dramas so much, is because you're actually getting a dialogue. There's multiple actors. There's different sound effects and shit like that. There's something more than just a person talking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It fucking bums me out, dude.
Although I will say, during quarantine, I listened to the Star Wars radio drama.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of the voice actors from the original fucking the movie in it. It was pretty cool.
That was a BBC thing, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Let's see. He was also in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Also in Game of Thrones. Played a white in that. Again, another creature, CGI acting. Star Trek Discovery, he was in an episode of. He played Baul. That sounds Klingon as fuck.
Sure does.
Yeah, probably a Klingon, I'm gonna say. He was in the Slender Man movie in 2018. I can't watch meme horror movies.
No, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Are they gonna make a fucking Siren Head movie next?
Yeah, I guarantee you that's probably in the works.
Yeah.
Insidious: The Last Key, 2018.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I did not. I got halfway through the first movie, and I'm I just don't.
I liked most of the. I will say it every fucking time this movie comes up. It was great until you see everything.
Yeah.
That movie had such great setup and scares, and then they ruined the whole fucking thing by showing the demon character, and then you go into this fucking stupid world. They just wrecked the whole fucking thing.
That came out, I want to say, is the same time as Conjuring, and Conjuring was such a better
came out before Conjuring. That was coming
really?
out. That came out around the time of Sinister.
Oh, that one. That's another one I get it confused for. And
Yeah.
I like Sinister way better.
Oh
than
yeah,
that,
Sinister's fucking.
I wish they'd make another one of those, man.
I think
would
there's
love to.
2 or 3 of those, right?
There's 2.
There's 2.
Yeah. Let's see. He was in The Shit Mummy in 2017.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, we have.
The Shit Mummy?
Yeah, because we watched it on the show with Tom.
Yeah, I know I've seen The Mummy.
He was also in Alien Covenant. Wow, that's the porno. Alien Covenant. Only at your local XXX video store behind them swinging door saloons. Swinging saloon doors. Jesus Christ.
We're tired and we've been drinking.
Yeah, for real. The Cummy and Alien Covenant. Anyway, he was a xenomorph in that. Christ. He was in The Conjuring too. Speaking of The Conjuring, he was the Crooked Man, which I think they're doing a movie on the Crooked Man.
I hate it.
They need to stop making those Conjuring movies. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw the preview for The Nun before.
Two.
Yeah,
Nun
Nun
2,
2
yeah.
before. I keep forgetting that they've made already made one of those Nun. They all blend together.
They do.
Yeah, I'm good. The Conjuring 1 was great.
The absolute best of that series.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are just shit. Like, I don't know what was up with The Conjuring 2. Like, James Wan just like decided he wanted to do something completely different, I guess.
He was probably busy making Aquaman at that point. Like, let me shit out of a subpar horror movie.
Yeah. Nope.
Let's see. That's not the Revenant. The Revenant, was it?
No.
No, because that was way before it. No, it was.
Oh, whoa.
That was 2015.
That doesn't.
That seems like it was way, way like older than that.
It's like The Revenant came out like 3 years ago.
No, I was just saying that movie came out like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. No, that was fucking 2015. Shit. He was also in Crimson Peak as Enola, Margaret, and Pamela.
Yep. They were the ghosts.
He's in most of these Wreck movies, which I think I watched the first one, and that was more than enough.
I haven't seen any of them.
He was in an episode of The Strain. It's uncredited, so I'm going to go ahead and guess he's probably one of the vampires, the Strigoi.
Yeah.
Witchin' and Bitchin'. I don't know what that is, but that was 2013.
Oh, these are all Spanish.
All Spanish. Wreck 3.
Which, like, what was that? Where did they make the Wreck movies? Was
I
that
think
Mexico or actual fucking Spain?
I think it was Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from Spain.
I think
that's
you're
really
right.
all the stuff of note. Last up, Christopher York. He was Fletcher in this movie. He's currently a couple of voices in Baldur's Gate 3.
I think if I bought and installed that and tried to play it, my computer would take a shit.
Apparently, you can design your character's dongs and fucking. I don't know if it's a mod or what, but
That's probably a mod.
yeah,
I mean,
I saw
you have dong capabilities in Cyberpunk, so
that's true. That is true.
it's a completely different fucking animal, though.
Anyway, currently a voice in Final Fantasy 16. Was in 3 episodes of Andor last year, which was fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite Star Wars things. Aside from that, that's really all worth mentioning. I just wanted to mention Andor.
Yeah.
And that is it for the Better Known As.
Oh shit. Moving on to the crapshoot.
Oh, this is the scene where Lucy's getting railed by Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, fix the tracking on the tape. I don't know why.
I don't know if you saw or you missed the flash scene where they kiss each other in the rain.
Oh yeah. That was a good one too.
We're pigs.
Yeah. Anything going on in chat? We should.
I referred to this as the last voyage of the meat beater, in reference to the wife scene in the castle, and now it's relevant again.
Yeah.
No, but that's about it. Although there is a party of 11 rating us right now.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice.
Caliboo plays, whatever
Awesome. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. This is our first raid.
No, we got raided earlier.
No, Alex and Thor raided us.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Thanks, guys.
That's how they got us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're on to the crapshoot. It's just the section of the show where we talk about
what we want to talk about.
So we're going to talk about Dracula right now because we're watching it.
Yeah. I
gotta love a monster sex scene. It's just,
and not just like that is a monster fucking sex scene. No, like it's an actual monster.
Goddamn
fucking,
monster.
Yeah. That's when all those 11 people were like, "What are we watching?
What the? Why?"
One thing I will shout out, man, that I mentioned in the group text this morning. I listened to the new Hives album today, "The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons."
Yeah.
Fucking oral magic.
Oral, you say?
AURAL. I don't have a favorite anything. I have favorites. I can't nail a single favorite of any one thing.
Yeah.
They are one of my favorite bands. And one of the not really gripe I will say about them is as they've gotten older, their music is getting less raw and more produced. It doesn't have that same energy they had when they were younger.
Yep.
This album has fucking some of that energy back.
Really?
There's a lot of songs on here that sound like classic punk songs. There's just one song that sounds like a fucking Queens of the Stone Age song.
Oh, weird.
To me. Yeah. There's one I got a little Pat Benatar on.
Well, I mean, the Hives are pretty fucking all over the place to begin with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're just like a garage rock band.
Yeah.
But on steroids.
Yeah. But I was thoroughly impressed. It just has a little bit more of that raw sound, and not in a we're regressing, we're gonna give you more of the same. No, it has some of those elements of them evolving over the years.
Yeah.
But it just that crunchy fucking sound and just
yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
I gotta tell you, there's a band called Baroness.
Yeah.
And they've been putting out a couple of new singles. Their upcoming album is hopefully very soon. But for a long time, their production values got better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
And everything always sounded great. But their last couple albums, everything is so densely layered that nothing has room to breathe.
That's what kind of like the Hives. They've gone from like you said, that garage rock of just fucking distorted amps and just fucking over, fucking crunchy guitars,
Yeah.
To, like you said, there's just so much production and so much layering and so much going on. It's just it's so far from where they started.
You can't pick anything apart. Well, the new Baroness songs, they've cut out a lot of the extra guitar tracks. Everything's spaced out. It's wide.
Yeah.
But you can pick out the pieces of it. It's fucking, it's so good. Mutoid Man's got a new album out. I haven't heard that. I've heard a couple singles. Fucking Mutoid Man is awesome.
I gotta check. When I was listening to this album today, this is the first time I have been excited about music in years. I haven't. Nothing fucking scratches that itch anymore,
Yeah.
And listening to this album was so good. 31 minutes, man, in and out.
Yeah.
Fucking just kicks ass for the entire time.
That's the new Rancid album. I couldn't tell you if I had a favorite song on it, but the album was dope and it lasted about 27 minutes. So it's in, says what it says, it gets out.
Yeah. What
It's
else
really
is
all you
going
need in a
on?
punk album.
Yeah. I just finished, a couple days ago, I finished Twisted Metal.
It's so fucking fun.
Yeah, I really hope they do a second season of that show.
Yes.
That was so much fun.
Well, they set it up perfectly too, because now we're gonna have a tournament. And
yeah. Now we're gonna bring you the
pictures.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gave you the backstory of all the characters who are going to be involved in the game that you remember, basically, from the original video.
But there were a couple in the pictures that they weren't in the show.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
You can give that to me in season 2.
Yeah, expand the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun, fucking awesome, car sequences. Awesome, I love the fact that they saved that big huge just car battle for the last like episode and a half.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That felt like the game.
Yeah, and in a good way too, not
Yeah.
like in a cheesy like obligatory like in most like video game projects like they're shoehorning in like references to the game where it was like natural.
It felt I
Yeah.
was gonna say it felt natural
Yeah.
for everything to just kind of a lot of like Demolition Man vibes in that shit too.
yeah. But I fucking thought Will Arnett was great as Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
I love that they worked in the flaming head Sweet Tooth at the end too, like from the video games.
Yeah, that was a little shoehorned.
That was over the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was over the top. But I mean, like it kind of plays in. I think like the story of the game was that like at one point he dies and comes back, and that's why he has that flaming like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe that's where they're going with it because they do give you the off-screen death that you don't see, which means he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see what else. Oh, I watched Braveheart the other night while I was going to bed. That's still one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah. That's a movie I can never watch.
It's so completely historically inaccurate.
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
I can never watch that movie intentionally. I can never like put it on. I always have to like. I just keep finding it. Like it'll come on after something I'm watching. I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch this now.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I'll throw it on whenever.
Yeah.
I used to like when I was in a band. I used to watch it before every live show that we ever did.
Oh
Just to
really?
get, yeah, because I would get fucking amped up. It's time to go. Let's see. Oh, I watched most of The Void again the other night.
All right. That was a good movie. Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't think I've seen that since it first came out.
I did not realize that Rolled from Letterkenny is in it.
All right.
I don't know if you watch Letterkenny.
I watched like the first couple episodes. I dug it, and then I never like kept watching it.
Okay, so the guy that they bring into the hospital is one of the skids from Letterkenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I've watched more stuff. I've been caught up. Yeah, I will say one thing. A show that I really love that like I have to gripe about something.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you're caught up on Strange New Worlds.
No, I'm not. Musical episode?
Yep. Yeah.
My buddy at work was telling me like it was fucking awesome.
I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would, but it was also like when I sat down to watch it, it was like the end of the
It's not what
day.
you wanted, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to relax. I want to watch a fucking awesome episode of like Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
And then like, wait a minute, are they fucking singing?
But like, according to my buddy at work, he said there's like a legitimate reason why they do it, other than to just cram in a musical episode.
There's some cramming going on. There's some cramming.
A little cramming.
Oh, we found this rift in space that when we shot energy at it, oh no, we all are singing now. Like,
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know what I realized?
yeah.
Tonight is our third vampire movie in a fucking month.
Yeah. We had like a theme month going on.
We are vampire.
Our second in a row, and second. I think it's the first time we've ever done the same character 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We did Dracula last week.
We did a
did
double feature or something, didn't we?
Vincent Price, but that's not the same character.
right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I think it is the same character.
Even in Del Toro month, we only did Hellboy once.
Yeah. And
Which we'll get to the first Hellboy.
so good.
Yeah.
I keep almost watching the David Harbour one because I love the character so much. I want to.
Yeah. Check it out to give it its due diligence. I just don't get your hopes up.
No, I
Yeah.
won't. They're already pretty fucking low.
Yeah.
I do love the Hellboy animated movies, though.
I still haven't watched any of those.
Oh, they're good.
I like with the
It's all
David
original-
Harbour one.
It's all the original voice cast too.
I felt like every time I was like building up momentum to getting into it, like I just like
It would
no.
just flop.
Yeah, like okay, no. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. Don't
Do they follow like an established comic storyline in that, or are they just kind of doing their own thing?
I don't remember. Is the Blood Queen in like any of the I think that's her name.
It
Blood
doesn't.
Queen. Mila
doesn't-
Jovovich.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah.
I got current on Hellboy in like fucking 2018 maybe.
Oh, really?
2017.
I own.
Wait, no, let me keep going back because it's definitely back further than that. Art, when did we live together?
That's not since like 2014.
Yeah,
2013.
So about there.
So like 3 years ago, right?
So 3
In
years
our
ago,
time?
yeah.
Yeah. I had that conversation again this week with somebody like, oh yeah, 2005. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, yeah.
No, sure wasn't.
Let's see what else.
I haven't really watched any like monster-y stuff, any horror stuff. Did you wind up watching Shin Kamen Rider?
Fuck, I keep forgetting about that.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most weird-ass shit you'll ever fucking mostly enjoy.
All right. I gotta watch that. I know I've watched something else. Like it's just right there, and I can't remember.
You probably have.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cloud Through, Twisted Metal.
I don't know. Anybody watching? You guys watch any fucking awesome horror movies or monster movies or anything lately?
Yeah, anybody watch some good shit out there? I feel like I watched a horror movie too. I also can't remember.
I mean, I'm constantly watching horror movies, but like none of them stick around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I think the thing is like streaming. There are very few streaming services that have really good horror selections.
Yeah.
And Tubi always delivers, but
Tubi is like
I just don't want commercials most of the time.
that, but also like
it's so petty.
Yeah, Tubi is like it's a very like specific like horror niche. Like it's got like cheesy 80s 90s horror. I feel like is the place to go for Tubi, which isn't bad, which is fucking awesome. Yeah.
No, that's the role they fill.
Yeah, but if you're not in the mood for that, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. And Shudder's selection went to shit. And so
I haven't even looked at Shudder in the longest time. I have
unsubscribed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Joe Bob's over with. Yeah.
Because I wasn't watching it. Yeah, I was watching for Joe Bob, and then I realized like, oh, they split the season in half instead of doing a full fucking season. And then I was pissed about that because I had already fucking canceled my subscription. But there was like nothing good on Shudder like that I hadn't watched already. So it was really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
It was the same with AMC Plus.
See, I have AMC Plus. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, like, why do I have it?
I mean, there's some. Well, I got it because it was tied in with Shudder. So if you got AMC Plus, then you got Shudder.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, it's the same price. Why not just get two streaming services?
This is like I'm going to give away a like multi-million-dollar idea right now. Make an app where all my subscriptions are there, and I can just individually like, oh, this month I want to turn it off. Click one button. It's on for that month. Like,
yeah.
Somebody make that, please.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
I feel like those exist where you manage your subscriptions all in one place.
Probably. I
don't know if there's something that does that. I know there's things that will like search the internet and find what you're subscribed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
And
you
then
also
you could
give
just
it your account
cancel.
information. You can cancel and rejoin and stuff right from it.
I don't know if there's like cancel and rejoin, but I know there's like make sure that you're unsubscribed to this shit.
Yeah. No, just like one like you know interface that has everything, and you can just at will like click it on, click it off.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's about it for this week. I think we're
That's
tapped
probably
out.
it. I'm fucking exhausted. It has been a week.
I hear that. I have to get up early and fucking get on the road tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fucking.
All this week, I'm like, we're leaving. We're going to be on the road at 7 a.m. My fucking ass isn't getting up till at least 7 a.m. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Nope. We gonna go do the thing tonight? As he looks at the clock.
Can I get the correct fuck you?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a good call.
Correct, but fuck you.
Oh, yeah, I guess we are.
Yep.
All right.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
But no, for everybody in the raids who showed up, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, everybody who stuck around.
If you like what you saw, subscribe.
You-
Come back next week. We usually do this on Friday, Saturday nights.
Saturday nights. You're actually at the ass end of the show where we just kind of talk general shit. We specifically talk about a movie every week.
Yeah.
What are we doing next week?
Alien.
Alien Resurrection.
Yeah. Yes.
Woo.
Well, we have that, or we could, because that was going to be on the schedule for this week. This is also This is bonus material, folks. We were not going to do a show this week, but we ended up kind of spur of the moment deciding to go see Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah, which was awesome. By the way, just seriously go watch it.
Yeah, but on the schedule for next week is The Exorcist. So we can do that, or we can just stick to the order and do Alien. I'm good with either one.
Yeah, we'll stick with Alien. By the way, how fucking sick was that Exorcist trailer?
Yes, that does look really good. Yeah, I do want to see that.
Unfortunately, I'm hearing that it's going to be a 2-part movie.
Yeah, what I noted this to you once I noticed it. I didn't notice it the first time I watched that trailer. It's David Gordon Green, who famously fucked up Halloween. Those last 2 Halloween movies. Yeah, I don't know. The first one was good, and then those last 2, the Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, were.
They could have done all that in one movie. They could have just killed him right at the end of Halloween.
Yeah.
And we would have been done with it, and we would have been happy.
And we would have been like, "What an awesome Halloween movie!" And like,
it's just like a really great way to tie it all up. You know,
but
put a bow on it. Oh,
nah.
Sons of bitches.
But anyway, thank you guys for coming. If you're new, we hope to see you again next week.
Yeah.
Where we drink, talk about monsters, have fun.
Yeah, that's all there is.
We're gonna we gotta do the socials first.
We're gonna leave you with our socials.
Yeah.
Our website is www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com. If you are too lazy for that, www.bigdumbmonsters.com will bring you to the same website. We are on Facebook. Big Dumb Monsters Pod. If you have beer suggestions, movie suggestions, content suggestions, criticisms, we'll take those too. Email us at bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. We are on Slasher, the all horror social network. I believe it has an official desktop website now.
I still gotta go check that
Is
out.
mostly just a mobile app though. It's a great way to connect with other horror fans. Like there's tons of great people on there. We're Big Dumb Monsters Podcast, and sometimes we are on Steam. Big Dumb Monsters.
You can find us on Instagram and Threads at big_dumb_monsters. We are on YouTube at Big Dumb Monsters. Again, if you're new, come check us out there. Subscribe, check out some videos, follow us on some stuff. You should also come check out our merch store. That's a TeePublic. You can just search for Big Dumb Monsters, and we have our own storefront there.
Yeah.
And I believe that is it for our socials.
That is it. So we're going to leave you with our weekly words of wisdom. Don't let ghoulies eat your ass.
And never sleep in a deathbed.
Bye-bye.